Hello and good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Convenience Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to cover the Section 2 liability section in the New York State Property and Casualty Insurance exam. For those of you that are trying to become insurance brokers and agent, you have to uh, take the New York State Property and Casualty Insurance exam in New York State. So I'm going to go over certain things with you and help you better understand what it is. Um, So coverage E liability. For those of you that have homes, you need to fill out a coverage E personal liability section in the accord forms. We have you use accord forms or in general section E personal liability forms. So basically, what the liability form is any type of suit or claim brought against the insured by damages either resulting from that person's bodily injury or property damage. It could be either one or the other, or covered by both. Depends. The company will pay up the limit of liability shown in the declaration for any one occurrence. The minimum is $100,000, so that's the minimum coverage you usually get for $100,000. Property damage. What defining property damage? What it is caused intentionally by insured who is 13 years of age or older and will not be paid by the company. Okay. Personal injury claim are excluded for an additional premium. This coverage can be added by endorsement. Personal injury means slander, libel, defamation, injury of privacy, stuff like that. So personal injury is like, if let's say if you're a football star and somebody just start defaming you, that's what basic personal injury is. Um, these are by endorsement, should I say? If you want to be covered by slander, libel, defamation, you will be covered by that. If you do not, you will not be. So keep that in mind. That has to be added by endorsement. Watercraft liability, again, if you own a boat, sailboat, whatever it is, there's a liability for that as well. But keep that in mind. Whatever it is, you just have to go with that part. Medical payments to others. So for those of you that don't know what that is, a lot of times, let's say for example, somebody comes to your house, right? Let's use a basic example. Somebody comes to your house, slips and falls. The medical bills comes out at $500. If you have a medical payment of $1,000, you rather than suing them, let's say if the person doesn't want to sue or whatever it is, wants to be covered by his medical payments, the company will pay him up to $1,000. You could change that section to up to $5,000. That depends on you. Some people will put down zero. Now that's where it gets tricky. For those of you like that have a business or whatever, they want to go and show and proof, go to court and show everything. Like, listen, the person lied. I had proper signs and everything. This person is just trying to claim the money for the insurance money. I don't believe this is what it is. So you go back and forth with them. That's obviously if you want to go through that part. Otherwise, you just put $1,000. Person falls, trips and fall, nothing, no investigation, whatever it is. And if they do investigation, you do what you have to do, and they go to court. The person gets paid up to $1,000. Now, obviously, if they want to sue you, let's say if they fall in a house, they want to sue you, and they show you had neglect, not cleaning up the snow or the cracks in sidewalks, whatever the case is, then yeah, your minimum coverage, whatever you have on your homeowner, is covered. So keep that in mind. Cover F is a no-fault coverage. Obviously, that's something different. Accidents, it's what it is accidents. It's a sudden, unintended, unforeseen, unexpected event. That means that you don't know when it's going to happen. Like, you could trip and fall on a cracked sidewalk, or you could get in a car accident. It's an unforeseen event. Occurrence is an accident that can also result from repeated and continuous exposure to the same general harmful condition. So let's say if you work in a mining factory, you keep breathing that, like the dangerous chemicals inside you. That's an occurrence because you keep doing it again and again and again. Basically, that's what it is. That's its definition. Mandatory coverage under Section 2. All additional resident premises, all residents and employees now required to be covered under worker comp, incident office occupancy, and resident premises. That's mandatory coverage under Section 2. Scheduled personal property endorsement. So, for those of you that don't know what an endorsement is, endorsements are certain things you could add later on or during the policy when you bought to bind. The pearls are all risk of loss or damage at the covered of territory worldwide. So general exclusion, you will not be covered for property damages, or for, let's say for example, if there's a war, you're not going to be covered. If there's a nuclear bombardment, insurance is not going to cover that. Wear and tear is not going to cover. Remember, your house, every few years your house will obviously deteriorate. Your shingles will fall off from the roof, your pipe's going to get rusty. That's not going to be covered. Gradual deterioration is the same exact thing as such as wear and tear. It's going to be, gradually determining it. Insects and vermin, obviously you can't control. They could damage your property as well. It's not covered. It's excluded. Inherited vice, there's something internal to the property that happens without external cause. Property that can self-destruct. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, that also is excluded as well. Pair and select causes other than fine art. Obviously, certain things you have in your house, such as valuable and everything else, fine art, such as that, like a Mona Lisa paint and stuff like that. Keep that in mind. That has to be added by endorsement. Gonna go over certain things. Jewelry. Sometimes company will give you set amount. Some companies, should I say, will give you set amount of jewelry that's covered. But if you want a certain amount more to be covered, you have to add that as an endorsement as well, either as an actual cash value or most likely it's gonna be an actual cash value as well. But you gotta let the company know whatever it is. Keep that in mind. It's gonna be different. Furs are the same exact thing. Cameras, musical instrument, all these properties will be added as an extra. When you buy home insurance, these things are not going to be added. That's a lot of people might have misunderstanding. They give you some companies will give you automatic. For example, Berkshire Hathaway Guard. Whenever you get somebody a quote, you'll see certain things will automatically be added in their insurance policy, and will say that this is the amount is there. So keep that in mind. That is really helpful. So silverware, golfers equipment, fine arts, all these stuff has to be added by endorsement. Stamp and coin collection. For those people that collect stamp and coin collection, you want it to be protected. Well, guess what? You have to, and you're putting in your home. You need to add an endorsement for 10,000, 50,000. Your policy will go up. Don't get me wrong. Your policy will go up, but adding endorsement is an added protection on your property. Newly acquired property clause. So a lot of times people will have property clauses on their home. For example, like they want to add. Let's say for example, how can I say it? It's kind of hard to explain. Let's say for automatic coverage on newly acquired property for, let's say, jewelry, whatever, you have 25% of the scheduled amount for the property class of $10,000, whichever is less. So you'll have property clauses on certain items for 30 days, for 50 days, whatever it is. Let's say if somebody owns that stuff and you want to put that in the clauses and everything, so you could put that in your form as well. So let's say you bought the jewelry from J Diamonds, let's say for example, and they technically you owe monthly payments, but you have it as well. You could technically put them in the clause saying that yeah, this person J Diamond is technically the owner and I do have insurance and this is this, because technically if the stuff do get stolen, they're supposed to get it because they're the rightful owner. You're just making the monthly payment, so they also have an interest to it as well. So keep that in mind. That also added the clause as well. But other than that, I just wanted to give you small section of the liability and property section. Again, whenever you buy a home, your such as your, let's say your home that you live in, you're gonna have your liability section and property section as well. Liability could up to be $1 million or 500,000 or $100,000 minimum. Property could be 0 to up to whatever you want. That's your property. You don't want to have insurance on it, you don't need to. You have special diamonds and stamp cards or postcards or some type of special things you need to be protected. Well, guess what? You need to have an endorsement on it. Without the endorsement, nothing's gonna be protected. They do give you, like I stated before, some companies will give you certain amount of stuff that's going to be listed on the insurance policy. But if you want to add, let's say, jewelry to $50,000, that's not going to be covered. You do have to add that as an endorsement or add it. You will pay more money for that, for obviously common sense, but you will be covered. God forbid something does happen, so you do need that as well. With that being said, that's about it. I just wanted to give you some of my knowledge. If you guys are confused about this, just feel free to contact me by text or shoot me like a comment on the video section. I will try my best to help you out to clarify any confusion you guys have. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.